Hey, what's up? Ryan here, and today I've got a super important rule when it comes to use of generative AI at work, kind of like ChatGPT. Seems like everybody's got an opinion these days. People are afraid of use. People are excited about use. We hear it's changing the world. We hear that it sucks. And so today, one of our rules, garbage in, garbage out. Super, super important to understand. So let's talk about how we get here. Look, so there's a lot of people using generative AI, and in the next 3 to 5 years, I believe everybody is going to use it in one way or another at work. It might be built behind the scenes and you may not even realize it. It might be embedded into a product you use like a CRM like Salesforce or HubSpot or an ATS system like Applicant Pro, or it might be that you're still using it manually just like I do every day via ChatGPT. And so, the default approach to it unfortunately is to minimize the amount of effort you put into its use and into learning it. Just best way to think about, I downloaded 50 prompts from some TikTok person for HR people. And so you get this list of prompts and you literally copy and paste it in, hit go, and then the result comes back and you go, well, that's not very good. That's kind of garbage. And it could be garbage because it's inaccurate. It could be garbage because it doesn't sound like you. It could be garbage because it doesn't sound like your brand. It could just be wrong. Maybe you use some prompt, say, write an HR manager job description, and it came back and you went, well, that's not what it's like to be an HR manager here at my company. Therefore, it's wrong. And the assumption is, you see, it doesn't work very good. Now, this is where our rule comes in. You see, the problem is that the output from generative AI is one part you and one part it. These two things, when they come together, dictate the quality of the output. What I mean by that is the quality of your prompting or your request, or more importantly, your conversation back and forth, what you put into it, times how good it is, equals the output. That means if you put garbage in, you end up getting garbage out. There's just only so much it can make up for you. And the best way to think about this is ChatGPT knows everything about everything and nothing about you. It doesn't know who you are, what you do, who you work for. If you're a big company or a small company, it doesn't know the nuance and the context that you have in your head. And so if you think about this just like it's an employee, imagine it's like you hired an assistant. You get out of an assistant how good they are times how good you are at teaching them, training them, and providing them context. And so when I talk about garbage in, garbage out, the better way to say it would be context in, context out, meaning whatever I give it is what it's working with times its use case. So if you want ChatGPT to sound more like you, then you need to give it more of you. If you want it to sound more like your company, then you need to give it more of your company, more information, more data to use from, more lingo, more conversation. If you treat it like it's minimal effort, you will get back minimal results. And so that's our biggest takeaway. How do you go about doing that? You level up your game. You level up your time. You make sure that prompt isn't just one and done. It's an actual conversation. It's a collaboration. You start by saying, hey, I want you to be this. I want you to be my expert job description writer. And here's the project we're working on. Hey, I'm trying to rewrite my job descriptions to bring them into, the new world, right? And then you tell it the information about your company. You give it the backstory. And then you tell it how you want the output to look. I want this template. I want this phraseology. I want this vocabulary. I want this tone of voice. When you do that, this back and forth to get there, and then you say, hey, what would you need to know to personalize the job description? And say, well, I need to know, the job title and information about the job and what the requirements are and what the responsibilities are. Heck, just give me your old one. Tell me what you want the output to look like, and I can do it for you. But you see right there, that was a lot of back and forth collaboration. That was me putting a lot of knowledge and context, kind of wrapping it around by saying, here's the information to work from. Here's what I'm expecting on the output. Now, what do you need to know? What else do I need to give you for you to make that gap and get to a good result? That is the right way to use generative AI, regardless of your job. So if you're in sales, if you're in marketing, if you're in HR, if you're a business owner, if you're an employee, if you're a job seeker, garbage in, garbage out. If you want to increase the quality of the information coming out of ChatGPT, and by quality, I mean not just accuracy, but does it sound like me? Does it talk like me? Does it have the right context? Are we on the same page? If you want to do that, assume it's just like a brand new employee and you get out what you put in. So thanks so much for watching. We'll talk to you again soon.